live?
You are live.
We're live.
Hey!
Oh, just in time.
Just
Chuck.
in time.
We're live.
About the cooler.
What are you
guys doing here?
What is it?
We're just
The
hanging out.
cooler? What's in it?
What's in it?
Oh,
Well, it's probably something very appropriate to what we're doing today.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Sparkling. Heirloom.
I'm gonna get a close up of that.
Which of course,
This vintage is drinking so well. I love this.
yeah, it's
Oh my god, that's good.
we'll have to drink it at another time since we're in a public park.
So yeah, where are we? Where are we, Bob and Ken and Chuck?
Hesky Park, downtown Meredith. Meredith Bay, right behind us. Right behind you is the winery. Just 100 yards that way is the winery. Sit right on the rotary sign here.
Brass for you.
You can see us just up behind that red building. Is Hermit Woods.
What's that?
That tree right there with all those dark purple, luscious, tasty, yummy things is a
Dolgo from
From
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. They brought
Why
it
is
here
there a
and
Dolgo
parked
from
it.
Kazakhstan
They
here in
parked it here.
Why
For
is
us,
it
50
just
years
for
ago.
us?
Just for us.
In the park, just for us.
It is a small miracle. So we started our business in Samberton, and we named ourselves after a guy who lived in Meredith. And then we moved our business to Meredith, serendipitously, and discovered 100 yards from the winery 2 of our signature fruits. Right here, 100 yards up from the winery. I mean, it's just serendipitous that we ended up in Meredith.
No, I think it's fake.
So many great
It
things.
was designed that way.
all
It was
part
a
of the grand
magnet.
design.
Yeah,
These things are a magnet. They pulled us.
They pulled us in.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Dolgo. Yeah.
The Dolgos with a
Absolutely.
magnet.
Yeah.
They pulled it in.
So we're here just to get the show started. Welcome everybody. Thanks for coming and joining us again on this Monday night.
No, I thought this setting was just like he was going to skip right by it.
No.
and
No,
all
no
that, but
preamble.
somehow.
No. And you guys remember, we don't have mics today, so you got to talk up. Just if you talk a little louder than usual. I'm usually good at it because I'm always talking loud. So, anyway, we're here at Hesky Park. Marika's behind the camera, and she'll probably be offering some commentary along the way as we get the picking. But we came down here today because this is prime picking time for our 2 Dolgo crabapple trees located here in Meredith. We did get permission from the town of Meredith. They said they have no problem with us picking them. We also learned that there is no sprays used in the care or maintenance of these trees. So
You don't need them.
you don't need them. They grow beautifully. So thank you for joining us. We're going to talk about Dolgo crab apples today, and Marika's going to catch us as we do some harvesting, which is kind of fun. And before we get there, if you're joining us for the first time, please let us know by putting your name in the comment section and saying hello. If you have any questions, we will get to your questions at the end of the show. We'll not be able to do it today because we're going mobile, we're going live. Or maybe Marika will. She's got it down. So yeah, she'll answer your questions live on the show. And if you're here for the first time also, we'd love it if you subscribe to our channel on Facebook. There's a little bell. Click that bell. You'll subscribe at any time we go live at the park or wherever else. And yes, down there is the YouTube button. If you're watching us on YouTube, there's a subscribe button. We'd love it if you'd subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you like what's going on today, like the broadcast, share it with your friends or anybody you think you might be interested in this topic, and it'll help spread the word. But that's it. That's the preamble. And what we're going to do now is pick apples. But before we get into harvest,
I have a question too. You said there are 2 apple trees or 2 fruit trees that are.
He said
Signature.
2 fruit. What he meant are 2 trees.
Oh,
One
2
fruit
trees of
Yeah.
one
He
fruit.
said
2
there
different
were 2
Dolgo
trees.
trees.
that we found here. I was going to correct you midstream. Yes, you did. And
Yeah.
there's 2 trees of one fruit that we use for our wine.
that is clearly what I meant.
That's what you meant.
Since we picked the 2 trees last
Yeah.
week.
So what's interesting to me about this is that we've had a complete crop failure for early season heirloom apples in New Hampshire and Vermont this year. Our suppliers have 0 or near 0 of this fruit. These trees here are in a microclimate that didn't get whacked by the frost in June.
Lake effect.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
That's what
because
we're assuming. In fact,
Yeah,
somebody,
it's like
some
effect.
random guy who saw us picking the other day actually said that. He came up with it on his own.
Yeah, no,
I think that makes sense.
Well, I think there's pretty good evidence to that theory could be true because these trees have fruit and all of our growers don't.
Now-
and they're all at higher elevations.
Yes. I picked from a house on Walkie Street earlier today.
Yeah.
and picked another crabapple. It's not a Dolgo. It's like a Dolgo. It's got even more.
Hislop.
It's not a hislop either, because I planted a hislop. It's not a hislop. It's got a red fruit core.
Red fruit core. Yeah, we've seen
And
it.
it has a very
We've used it
tannic
before.
structure.
before.
And I've used it in the Melange Blanc, or 17 Melange Blanc, is when I got those apples before.
Yeah.
And I passed it the other day, so I went up and knocked on her door, and she came out and we chatted. And she said, "Oh, please pick these apples and turn them into wine." So I did that, and I started. This is a triple apple day for me. This is the first ever. So I started this morning at our friend Sandy's house, picking apples off those trees.
I saw you a tree had apples.
Yeah, he's got apples on them. Not as many anymore, because I drove my little Mini Cooper up into his field.
Cleaned them out.
And picked some apples, all that I could reach easily.
So to give some sense of scale, normally on an average year you might
3,500
use
pounds.
3,500 pounds of crab apples. Some years we've gone as high as 4,000 or
We got
45.
9,000.
9,000
in 2019. Wow.
I remember that. That was my first
Which
fall.
might be saving our butt
That's the
right now,
record.
because we might actually have enough crab apples to get through at least part of next year.
19 is long gone.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but that gave us a head start on a couple of
We
years
had a
of
bad
crab
year the
apples.
next year.
Yeah. So this year we may get, with what you talked about picking down the street, and here we may get 300 pounds, 250
Depends
pounds.
how industrious we are this afternoon.
We're going to be in
When you and I picked the other day, earlier this week, or last week,
we got 150 pounds.
we got 150 pounds, and Ben and I picked 50 pounds off the other apples, so we have 200.
And we only
I'd love
spent
to
half
get-
an hour here.
I'd love to get 3 or 350.
So we need another 150 pounds.
That would be ideal.
Oh,
if
we'll
we could get 2, it would be even better.
Oh, we'll get that.
Did anybody bring a ladder?
We don't need a ladder. You'll see. It's easy.
He's a monkey.
It's easy.
Do you know, I looked at Facebook this morning, and I got a Facebook reminder of what I was doing 6 years ago, and it was you live in that tree.
Oh,
I took a video of you shaking Dolgos today, 6 years ago.
Yes, we do have a rather industrious picking strategy, which you'll see in a moment.
So we're going to use drops?
We're going to
No.
shake them. Shake the trees.
There's so much duck on the ground around here. We really don't want any of those.
So we're not going to be.
Yeah, we are. We're going to shake it into it.
We have a big tarp.
Oh, we got a tarp.
And
We did that the first
So
year.
clever.
If some apples do like roll off, we grab them quickly off the ground. We don't have to worry about it. We just don't want to harvest off them.
Duck poop. You don't want no duck poop.
So
That one doesn't look very right.
we're going to go over to the first tree. We have 2 trees to harvest.
All
We're
right.
going to go over to the first tree and set up a plan.
All
The
right.
key is the tarp doesn't cover the whole base. So we got to be careful not to shake the whole tree, only the part of the tree that we're trying to harvest from. So while you're coming over here, Marika, we could talk about
Yeah.
the Greater Meredith program and their sculpture walk. They put on, if you're not aware, the GMP, the Greater Meredith program, every year, this is the 10th anniversary. 10th anniversary of the sculpture walk, and there's 32-ish. They go up and down by 1 or 2 every year. Sculptures that are placed throughout the town of Meredith, and about 4 or 5 of them are here in Hesky Park, and then there's about 6 or 8 of them along the park on the other side of Chase House, and Bay Point. But if you haven't done it, you should come down to Meredith, grab a sculpture walk map. We have them in the winery, and walk the walk. You'll get a description in the map of each of the sculptures and a little bit of information on the sign that she just showed you.
And they change every year.
Every year.
It's so fun.
About
Different
half
ones.
of them change.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Some stay for 2 years.
Go for 2 years.
And there's a couple of sculptures around town that are permanent installations.
Yes,
Just a couple.
There's 3 of them now.
Yeah. Bob's so ready. Bob has been looking forward to this.
Your hat, Chuck?
Raining Dolgo.
Raining Dolgos, raining Dolgos.
The hat method's not really doing much.
Not really.
I think we get one. Dolgo! Yeah, sure, of course. I
Hey, Bob.
Okay, good. Hello. Called a Dolgo.
I'm gonna get bonked in the head if I go too close under.
There we go.
Oh, we're getting some in the bucket.
Yeah, not a mulberry.
We find this both when we go down to the coast to pick rose hips and when we do this sort of thing. Lots of people come by. What the heck are you doing?
All right, Bob. Have at it. It doesn't look like much, right? This will fill a couple buckets. There's probably 30 pounds of apple right there.
And 10 pounds a leaf. Good.
So it's
So with leaves, when I pour these into the fermenter, I have a fan blowing. Going to the slicer, so the fan blows. Are those shoulders too? Trees. All right, Bob. Let's Chuck. We're gonna rally this up. You grab the corner over there and this corner over here.
we should gather these ones that are on the path here. Those were all fresh drops.
And I'm going to go up the other end. And you're going to bring it towards me. Put it into the bucket. Look, I found a house.
Don't move too much, Bob. You're gonna knock him out and we'll lose him.
So I'm going to make a little funnel down here, Chuck. Okay. There's a lot of fruit up here. There's a lot of fruit. Whoops. Look at that.
You need more buckets.
That was 3 buckets? Yeah, 3 buckets, Bob. 4 buckets. I got a couple more in the car. I'll go get them. Where should we put the cart next to? Where should I go? Yeah, hold on. Over here? To your right? To my right or your left? No. Looks like
This side out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of.
Alright, I'm gonna go get 2 more buckets.
Yes, sandals are known for their climbing prowess.
Oh, yeah. All these just fell into the bucket as we were picking on the edge.
Let's get this branch first, and then I'll be Is these fruit?
Yes, they're called Dolgo crab apples. They're tart. They have a lot of sugars in them. There's a lot of tartness too, but you can definitely eat them. They're much tastier than this type of fruit usually is. Yeah. called a Dolgo crabapple. Yeah.
There they come.
Whew.
It's amazing how many stay on that aren't quite ready to drop.
I know.
I really need to bring a ladder and just pluck them. Don't hurt yourself up there.
Uh-oh.
You all right?
We might not make it the full hour, Bob. You're on 20% battery.
That's good enough. Get through an hour. That cord should be charging it.
Ooh.
Ow.
Hurt when they get to the head. Oh, not there.
What if I had like a stick I could...
You need the claws. Have you seen those? That great tool that you've got? It's a kind of a claw on a long stick,
Oh, yeah.
and it
Yeah.
kind of hooks
I've
around, and
used
you
those
can
in an
reach
outdoor
up and just
fix.
pluck
Yeah.
them down.
You can get
They're
the
really
best ones
fun.
on the top of the hill.
All right,
Let's move to another spot to take. Right here. Over there? All right, we better get these up, though, first. Probably. Play it safe. Let's see, let me do this for you. I'll go make my funnel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I wondered what was underneath there.
Hi, Bob.
Dolgos. Yum.
Hold on. We'll clean up on the berry. There you go. Good snack.
You can hit shots off the head with it. I did it.
Oh, you got to beat him with a full one, not a half-eaten one. You do have a bit of a live audience. Bonnie's joining us over there. Hi, Bonnie.
Oh, look at that thing. That's the craziest damn thing I've seen my whole wide life. It's electric hydrofoil.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't see. Bob, does this zoom? No, I don't think so. You can't really see it on the camera.
I saw it the other day on Winston. I was like, that is bananas.
That's magic. He's just hovering. Ow! Woo! Take a moment. Well, as we're transitioning, I'll take a minute to say hi to our audience. We've got Geraldine's joined us. Gary's here. Priscilla's here. I think I saw Matt on earlier.
Hermits comp doesn't cover me, right? Nope. Got another area.
The orchardists that Scott Farm, the apple pickers would go and pick the Dolgos before we created a market for them, and use them for their sugar and energy boost. If they're really tired in the middle of the afternoon, they'd go and grab these, because these were mostly used as a tree to support the pollination of the real crop trees.
Oh, so that's why people had them already in virtual orchards.
We haven't shaken this side yet. Going from this branch here, this one, out to this one. There we go, a little, yeah.
Woo-hoo.
All right. Yeah.
One more shake, Bob.
Yeah. Huh?
One more little shake for Instagram, please.
One more shake for Instagram.
Yep.
Sounds like he's working hard on that. Yeah.
No, that's it.
That works.
Applewood is so strong. Oh yeah.
If you want to gather, Bob, all the ones on the path are ones that rolled off the tarp.
Don't put any compromised ones in there.
They get dented when they go on the ground,
Yeah, I suppose.
on the cement.
Put that on here and then we're gonna- You guys recognize this?
Yeah.
I brought one of these for your historic perspective. So this nice foldable plastic
That was
crate
handy. Yeah, look at that.
came from Chile.
Along
And
with
it
a
had
poker chip one time.
Carmenere grapes in it. And we turned those Carmenere grapes into wine at the winery.
What year was that?
2014, 2013. I don't know the actual vintage of this particular box, but whatever I had in it at one point weighed 25 pounds. They're great because they fold up.
Yeah.
So I use them every year. Chilean. I think they're Chilean. We'll leave the big buckets here, and we'll go to the other tree. We must have close to your 100 pounds anyway.
Yeah, bushel is about 40 pounds.
So this is how we discovered the very first crabapple wine was from a tree just like this in my front yard on Taylor Road where the winery started. As the story goes,
it was before the winery.
it was.
Now, what about these crab apples?
You and I were going to go for a mountain bike ride.
Right.
Just you and
Yeah,
I.
exactly.
Okay, that's what I remember.
Those are not good. We tried those.
Yeah, can confirm. Not very tasty.
Well, but those are poisonous too. So, oh no! Did you eat one? Oh,
All right, bye. No.
yeah. So Ken was coming over for a mountain bike ride, and he sees this bright red fruit just like this hanging from our tree, and he stops to have a bite, of course, because he can't help himself, and made the decision that we're not mountain biking. We're going to pick crab apples. And from a tree about this size, we picked enough to make a couple cases of crab apple wine.
The very first.
And that was the very first. The birthday of our crab apple.
What year would that have been, Bob? The first crab apples?
2008, 6.
2006?
7.
Okay.
So
So
that makes really heirloom crab apple really is maybe our most signature wine since we've been making that since before we were even a winery.
And Red Scare was made before the winery. And Petit Blue started. That was the first one.
I feel like
Oh, the whole tree was shaking. Hold on.
Petit Blue is one of the I don't know, tipping points of going commercial, I feel like.
Well, I just saw a whole bunch dropping near the bench too.
Oh yeah, we're losing a bunch over here. There you go.
Oh, you're quite a shaker. These are riper, remember? What are they?
So this is a type of crab apple called a Dolgo crab apple.
Oh, wow.
We found them years ago in his yard. And we own a winery just up the street there.
Uh-huh.
And we make wine out of it.
Oh, cool. Wow, I love that.
But
So
they
we
look kind of
harvest
like
them and-
cherries, but not.
Yeah, they're just a really tangy, has the same grip of like a Cabernet Sauvignon,
Uh-huh.
but it has this fresh, ripe apple
Oh,
character
that's very cool.
and a lot of sugar.
Uh-huh.
And the park doesn't use sprays or pesticides,
Yeah.
so we harvest them every other year. We get to harvest.
Wow, that's great.
We produce.
I love it.
All right, let's get these in the bucket. We make a big taco. Go all the way over here, and then I'll have two to work with. before I saw quite a few drops.
2 branches. Let's save this side. 'Cause these are separate. Let's get these 3.
You mean move more towards the
Yeah.
walkway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can separate this other one. Okay. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Quite a shaker. When they hit you on the head, they hurt. All right. So now, Chuck, do you think we can? Hold on, we gotta move. Don't we? See if I can pull this towards me a little bit. Okay, right there. All right, let's try that. Almost needs like a little cone under every corner so it create
Yeah.
an amp in on each side. I think that's good. Let's empty these off before we do the last bit.
This tree's definitely riper.
I can smell the kind of more of the rotten fruit on the ground here.
You know, it was easier to climb trees when I was a kid. Yeah, about 10 years old. It's a different story when you're 60.
Did you have a tree house growing up?
Yep.
Or a good climbing tree in your yard?
Oh yeah, tree house. I lived in the middle of the woods,
Oh, nice.
like literally. Nobody, there wasn't another house within a half a mile or whatever. Maybe a mile.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Not another house. On a dirt road that was a mile long to get from the paved road to our house. And we're the only house on it.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
My brother and I would get lost in the woods for entire days, just wandering around, climbing trees and doing things in the woods that we do. Before they had the internet, no need for the woods now.
There's always a need for the woods. We know that.
How many people are joining us today?
We've gotten up to 8 or so that I could see, but you know, our usual crowd: Priscilla, Matt, Karen's on, Geraldine's joined us. Gary's on.
Climbing a tree.
Yeah. So I think someone else mentioned that. Hi from Geraldine. Did I see Christina on earlier?
Okay, one more, Bob? Yeah, we could get this section right under from here to here. And that'll do it.
Right, all our containers are full. Huh? They're called a Dolgo crab apple. We make wine out of them.
Nice. Is the white stuff the yeast can?
And it's a bunch of different yeast and other microorganisms.
Oh, some of these are so sweet.
Yeah, there's some that are overripe. They're fermenting on the tree. None?
We're checking on our other sources.
Yeah, I just talked to Zeke, good band up in Saxons River, and he's got 0.
send him a picture of us climbing the tree?
No, he could tune into Facebook Live though.
All right, Bob.
Resorting to desperate measures this year. Eek. Oh, that's a good shot. Everyone want to take a look at me for a picture? I can get you all in this one. Looks good. Bob, smile. Ken, smile.
Hey, we're on the tree. We have a picture that on our marketing of us in the tree.
This needs to be wrapped up properly. The last time this got wrapped
Nice job, Bob.
That was fun.
Husband, yeah, sad to see. I've seen at least one, if not a couple of posts from local orchards that I've followed about. There's one Meadow Ledge in Loudon, one of the ones, they're famous for their cider donuts. They're just closed for apples this year completely. They're still opening their farm store. They still have the donuts, but the whole season is just gone.
Support your local farmers. If you have any interest in orchards, go buy apples. Go picking. Go do something at an orchard because they need your help this year.
Mm-hmm.
Desperately.
Yeah, and come by the winery too.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you.
And we need help
Buy
too.
stuff. Yeah.
Because if we don't have the apples, we can't make our wine.
Yeah.
But Ken will figure things out.
Right. That's what we're
It's an
talking
opportunity to create new wines. That's
I know we got cantaloupe going.
oh right.
You know what else we got interesting about these trees? We talked about this last year, but that tree is underneath the pine trees. So all over my hands
Pine sap.
are pine sap.
Mm-hmm.
So in the next batch of crab apple, whatever it may be, is going to have at least a hint.
So,
Pine sap.
Red
well,
Cena.
yeah.
Like red Cena.
Well, so and also I'm thinking. So wasn't it several years ago when there was another bad year for crab apples? That's when we came up with Winnipesaukee Rosé.
Yeah, that was back in 15 or 16.
Yeah, what kind of rabbit are you going to pull out of your hat?
I was gonna say, yeah, Winnie Rosé is one of our top selling wines. So who knows?
Yeah, I got that. Chuck Fellows, Apple Hill Farm says they've got the apples that we need for rosé and for kittens.
So is there any other wines in jeopardy this year because of that crisis?
Oh yeah.
Well, the whites because of
Ozark,
the
white,
plums and
red,
peaches.
rosé.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, those are all gone.
All the white wines.
All the white.
Except for Lake House.
Lake House wine I pulled out by getting New Jersey peaches.
Which aren't as good.
They're not pretty good though.
Pretty
Batch
good.
tastes pretty good.
Yeah, actually, I remember we talked about it. We got into the meat of it.
Yeah.
They're riper.
Yeah, when I let them ripen me in the farm. We keep hitting every one out.
Oh, that's fun.
That was fun. Yeah. Love that.
There it is.
All right. Well, I guess we'll call it a short show today.
We've got our batch.
We got our batch.
How many pounds do you think we got, Ken?
150.
150 pounds, easy.
200. Based on how many containers we brought back so far, I bet you got 200. That's my.
We'll report back. We'll add a comment later on once we've weighed them all.
And come drink the wine next year. And this is in the bottle, right?
Mm-hmm.
This, I believe, is going to go into a crab apple cider.
Oh, we're bringing the sizer back.
For a while.
That's my favorite of the meads,
Yeah,
I think.
I love the way that came out.
You
And
know,
we have a new crab apple to release as soon as our labels are ready. The Tamlet.
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Whole new batch.
All kinds of
So,
stuff.
crab
I
apple.
keep getting hints that they're working on that label, so we should have a
Good.
label
Mine's
pretty
in there
soon.
ready.
And I heard that Brian over at Flag Hill put our label in today for
Very good.
Winnipesaukee Rosé, so our new rosé is going to be available soon.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
All right. Very good.
So, cheers.
you,
We'll
everybody.
see you all next week for something exciting.
Let's go drink some crab apple wine.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.